Hi Booktube. Have a few days there, go for a day out. Nice. Whimsical. So that is so with roses, but that today I don't get to work. I will take today I thought, because it's my day off and tomorrow I'm busy, I'm doing some jiu-jitsu training in the evening. Then one of my daughters is going to an Easter club, like a wild outdoor club thing, for a whole day, so I won't have a lot of time to be reading. I might still I might still be able to sneak in some time tomorrow, but today is pretty much the only day I can just read and do the things I want to do. As you've probably expected, I have cleaned the house already. I cannot rest without the house being cleaned, and I know that actually applies to a lot of other people, so I know you understand what I mean. I have tidied the entire living room and I cannot wait just to chill, lay down. It's quite chilly today, so I've already put the heating on for a little bit just to warm up the house. You might hear the tumble dryer in the background, all of that kind of jazz, but let me show you what I'm reading at the moment. I have been listening to it for most of the day. I've started my day with a morning walk at 6:30 in the morning, and I have started the audiobook called A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. And I have mentioned that I need to start this book in my previous video, so I have started it. I am into it. I do enjoy it. How much am I into it right now? Oh, 30% in. So I am on chapter 12. I'm on chapter 12 right now, 30% in. I am 3 chapters away from part 2. What I will also be doing is I need to watch some vlogs of some of my favorite booktubers that I have seen publish new videos. But I'm really liking it. This book is very much talking, and it's been listed as a trigger warning, but it's very much talking about chronic illness, anything to do with like ME, POTS, stuff like that, as the author experiences and struggles with that herself. So I absolutely applaud her for that, and I love that this is talked about. I really love it at the moment. We have just gone into the whole gathering where she's meeting all the other kings and everything, so things are happening. She was supposed to poison someone and she really didn't want to because she felt super sorry for him. She has feelings just like, you know, you would. So she ends up poisoning herself. That's what we ended on. I'm very sorry, that was a tiny little spoiler if you have been on that chapter. And I also need to, I know I have added a TikTok today already, haven't I? We have manuscripts, so it's a little bit more of an exciting week than normal. I'm literally about to head out now and drive to the train station, and I'm heading over to Manchester today. I'm going to do Manchester. Manchester's where we moved from to Eastern Anglia, where we are now in Norfolk, so very much away from the city life to country life. I wouldn't move back to Manchester. I do love going back to Manchester just to have a few days there, go for a day out. I don't think I would love to live there again. I like living where I am now. It's very quiet. I am literally like 5 minutes away from a forest, then like 10 or 15 minutes away from another massive forest. Then I am about 20 minutes away from a lake that you can swim in, with lots of like land and everything, and a cute little cafe, and maybe about half an hour to 40 minutes away from the seaside. So absolutely nothing to complain about. I
love seeing all the cute things that Laura does. And I have actually done a book binding myself just from a TikTok video that I watched, like a tiny little tutorial. I would love to. Oh my god, she's drinking my favorite drink. I am currently rebinding Twilight, and I think I really want to do my own art for it. Right, I'm going to finish off watching all these vlogs, and then I'll see you again when I start reading my book. So I have completely lost track of time. What is my hair doing? And I ended up posting TikTok. I need to do more like YouTube shorts, to be honest, but because I always miss out on these. There are too many platforms and I don't have a system yet. I need to have a solid system and days assigned to be doing this shiz. But lost track of time. I'm getting hungry, so I'm preparing my lunch. But as we're preparing my lunch, we will continue with the audiobook. Chapter 12, A Dance of Lies. Whatever point we're at in the book, I think this is where enemies to lovers start. I don't know if I zoned out and I have no idea who this guy is, Anton, but is he supposed to be a king? Is he not? I think he is. I think he is a king. And they're very much enemies right now. Okay, so we just arrived at part 2. I think I'm going to pause the book here and jump back into my other book that I'm reading at the moment, which is The Twists in Willow, which I have spoken about in my previous video. If you have seen it, if you haven't, this is a book that a friend of mine has written. It is fantasy and is a whimsy with a touch of darkness and gothic vibes, and it's all based and happening around where I live. Can't even speak. Why can't I speak? My lunch was delicious. I basically used sauerkraut with carrot. Then I added like 6 wedges just for a little bit of more carbs. I used smoked tofu, green beans. What else did I have on there? Nutritional yeast, Greek soya alternative, Greek yogurt, sweet chili sauce, and avocado. And it was lovely. And I'm full, like full. I'm drinking my water. I have got, I think it's like a berry flavour, but it's creatine in my water. And I'm just vibing. I'm due on today or tomorrow, so I am very, very tired. And I just really have been fantasizing about laying down on the sofa and reading my books. I don't really like taking naps in the day, or naps at all, just because I feel like it's a waste of time and my day has gone to nothing. The weather outside is quite beautiful as well. The sun came out. We could go for a little walk, but I don't know if the girls are up for it. They're a little bit in a homebody mood today, same as me, even though when I am and I'm planning to have a lazy and restful day, I'm still like, oh my god, let's go do something. I just can't chill. I cannot chill. So we'll see what I figure out and what I come up with, and then we will continue with this book, Twist and Willow, and I am on chapter 6, Snowbird Falls. This book is so whimsical so far and so beautifully written. The writing is just poetic, but not in a confusing and an extremely deep way. Just the choice of wording, just very beautiful, which is a perfect reflection of the author herself. Right, let's actually get up off the floor and do something, because I'm gonna start going crazy. So I have highlighted some stuff already in this. There was only one highlight, because I feel like if I keep highlighting, the entire book is going to be highlighted, but just made my heart sing and really made me feel it. So this highlight I've done on page 12 says, the earth began to hum its last lullaby of the evening before total darkness settled and all became quiet. The last ebbs of warmth were slowly absorbed by wildlife that went underground to share it with their sleeping babes. Stop, that is too cute. Like, even reading now, everything, the whole writing is like you just want to highlight everything. She had left her dance of skirting tents, remaining campfires, and the odd chicken far behind, along with the rest of the say. From behind, the cockerels crowed, but she faintly made out the call she had been hoping to hear at this hour. The petal's soft whistle came from the north like the flute of a tiny fairy, light and rhythmic, like a small child's beating heart. I have no words. It's so stunning. The writing is like, and I'm really not just saying it because Laurie is a friend of mine. There are the amount of beautiful words I could use to describe the author as herself. Just the author is limitless already. Now reading her book, I can see the reflection so strong. Like, I honestly don't know what to tell you guys other than buy this book. It's on Kindle Unlimited as well. I actually bought it to my Kindle just because your girl has unsubscribed. We are rioting. Anyway, you can buy it to your Kindle. It's like $2.99, $1.99, but it's on Kindle Unlimited. Read it. If you actually want to be transferred into this world of pure nature and beauty and fantasy, like the level of fantasy so far, and I'm only chapter 6, is kind of making me go back to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, just of the whimsical side. The writing is different, but it's very similar in that kind of cozy, whimsical style. Honestly, I'm just chatting now and way too much as well, because I'm just going to keep repeating myself in different ways. And yeah, it's just beautiful. The author's beautiful. The book is beautiful. Read it. I highly recommend it. The sun just came out as I said it. I'm going to continue reading and I will update you on what. I will see you again. I can't speak. I'll go. And I will speak to you again on my next update. See you soon. What happened after the last time you saw me is I read a little bit, and then the girls came downstairs and said they were super bored. Today was just like a free spirited day, just do whatever you want kind of vibe. So the girls played with toys, then I let them play on their games for half an hour, and then they were extremely bored after games. Surprise, surprise. And then let me try to get a light on actually. You can tell the difference of my body against my face. Don't tell anyone. So then I stopped reading and we headed out for a long walk, and the final destination was the studio. We went to the studio. Alex was finishing up the session with the client, and after that we went out for some food and we walked back home. I'm continuing to the audiobook A Dance of Lies. As I was at the studio waiting for Alex to finish up with his client, I was reading on the Kindle The Twisting Willows, and I am absolutely in love with the book. So whenever, oh my god, whenever the son Jonathan came in to the book and we were introduced to his character, he wasn't painted in the greatest light, and I kind of low-key hated him because I was like, what are you doing coming in so rude and everything to your mother when she's making you all these teas and these cakes and everything? Rude. And he came in drunk, so I didn't like him. The next morning he was all fine and sober, and you see a different side of him. And I was just there for it. I was like, oh my god, he is falling for her and this is going to be the romantic interest, and I am so excited. I still stand by what I said before. The writing is absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning. It just fills my heart with roses, with butterflies, with daisies, with everything that is beautiful to you. Hi everyone. I can't even tell you when was the last time I spoke to the vlogs. But I believe I was reading The Twists in Willow. I'm also reading The Wicked in Me, which is actually banter so far. I'm loving it. I'm only in chapter 6. This is one of the book club choices. We have 2 choices for book club this month. I don't actually know why, but we do, which is quite fitting because some people are not getting on with one of the choices, which is Bryn Weaver, A Shadow in the Reaping. And I only read page 1 of that one. The Twisting Willow, The Wicked in Me, and The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown, which I am loving, but that's another book that I don't want to just rush through with an audiobook. I want to get through it properly because I remember having the time of my life with Dan Brown books, and those are the books that actually got me back into it. So I want to read it, if you know what I mean. So anyway, The Wicked in Me is definitely slapping. I'm loving it. I started it with an audiobook and I was like, I don't know, it's a bit flat. But then I kind of picked it up and I started reading it and I was like, actually, I like it. And the writing is pulling me in, and there's a lot of funny jokes in it and puns and just banter. So I don't really know where I left off last time. I think I was still reading The Twisting Willow. I'm literally left in the middle of, do I continue this one? I am halfway through. Do I just focus on this one, which I really want to inhale? I'm going to ask my book club girlies what I should do. Lisa's already, like, before I even put the question in, she's already went, do Wicked, you'll blast through it. She knows me. She just knows me. She knows. She gets it. They all get it. So Bestie Georgia has got a book club on Fable, which is one where we're reading the books from book club, our actual physical book club, and I absolutely love it. It's called Ovulation Phase Book Club. We had A Shadow in the Reaping by Bryn Weaver, but a lot of us are not like vibing with it. Now we're reading The Wicked in Me. Let me know if you've actually read any of Suzanne Wright's books before. because I haven't, and I'm absolutely loving her writing. So much in this book has already made me laugh. So I am going with the vibe, and I'm going with this. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's got a coffee in their hands and is enjoying this gloomy Saturday, because no weather is a bad weather, okay? Unless we have like natural disasters and stuff, then and you're losing your house, that is a bad weather. But I refuse to be put down by a cloudy day and a windy day. There is an activity and a version of a day for every weather, and I am fortunate enough that today I don't get to work. Alex is working today, which means I get to stay at home. I did plan on taking the girls out roller skating, but it's very windy and very cold. I don't even mind that it's grey, you know, and gloomy. It's just very windy and cold, which I don't think they're going to be vibing with. I have my coffee. The only thing is that I ran out of coffee milk, which is, wow, first world problems, really. It's not an issue. I can drink different drinks. Because the plan for today, basically, long story short, is stay in, read, do cozy bits, and drink teas and coffees, and probably more teas than coffees. But yeah, so I've got my coffee, and I am on chapter 6 of The Wicked in Me, and I'm absolutely loving it. Like, the writing is so good. I just really hope it doesn't flop, because I've seen some reviews. That's something I'm really bad for doing. I'll start a book and then I go on Goodreads and I read the reviews, and I'm already like prejudging the book based on these people's opinions that I haven't even met in my life. People loved it at the beginning, but then it kind of went flat for them, which is what a lot of books have been doing for me this year so far. Other than Effie Campbell's book, The Unwilling Plus One, I am excited to read Her Eyes. We're reading this. This is a rental from the library. I absolutely love the experience of going into the library, looking at all the books, picking it, taking it out with my card, all of the vibe, and then returning it. I think we should try and use libraries more, just so they don't close them down. Because honestly, if there is a space that I can go into with a book or with work on my laptop or paper or drawing or whatever I'm really wanting to do in a silent space and a safe space, it would be the library. Let's use the libraries more, guys. I am in a very much physical book mood at the moment. I have this on my Kindle too, and it's mainly just for nighttime. But I was really excited to wake up and be like, yay, it's daytime, I've got daylight, and I can actually read this. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop rambling, or we'll be here forever. Oh my god. The tension between Winter and Kane is mad. Obsessed. It's super dark today. So dark. It's so hot. Okay. Okay. I need a moment after that. What he just told her, that was everything a girl wants. Okay. I will take a picture here. I need to go and put the laundry in the tumble dryer because the washing machine just beeped letting me know that it finished. I'm not gonna let the washing pickle because it's gonna smell bad, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, let's continue this. My camera is looking like it wants to die soon, so to finish the chapter, he has just said all these things to her, promising all this good time. So we have the main female character who is a witch. She lives in this world of eons. Okay, so eons, nobody knows what they are, so it's a civilization. That's what they call themselves. Winter is being unfairly executed, or tried to be executed, by the civilization called Eons, where she lives right at this moment. So she is fleeing them in order to not be executed. There's a lot to do with her mum, and magic, and so she is actually dead herself, but Winter finds refuge in another civilization and kind of like a place that's called a Devil's Cradle. In Devil's Cradle there are lots of different monsters and supernatural beings that are basically the ones who have been kicked out of their own homes and places in the past, and there are leaders which are called like the Ancients, I believe, and yes, the Ancients, so they're leaders of Devil's Cradle. And we have the main male character called Cain, which is the main leader of all of them, and he is the definition of morally grey. Winter, the main female character, the witch who's fleeing, and Cain are having this tension from the beginning and this energy. Yeah, I'm very much here for it. They have come up with a deal where they can both take the Eons down. She had to sell her soul to Cain, the leader of the Ancients, in order for him to believe that she isn't trying to do anything to harm them. She asked him at the beginning if he could hurt her body or her soul and cause her pain just through the control of her soul, and he said yes, but he hasn't ever controlled a soul that's been dead. So he just told her that her soul actually feels very alive, but in a different way. It's like fire, it's roaring like fire, but it's black fire. So now, as they have finished their conversation or their little encounter, she was about to leave, but suddenly felt lots of tingles in her body, and she felt very weird and very different, and she didn't know what was going on. And then she looked at him, and he said, "Oh, you remember when you asked me if I could cause you pain? That's not the only thing I can do. I can also cause you great pleasure, like you've never had before. And I didn't know whether you, being a dead soul, could actually respond to it, but you respond to it very well. Thank you. Good night." Yeah, so this is where we are at the moment. I'm going to continue reading, and then I will come back with an update because I need to charge the camera, and I need to actually read this and get into it a little bit more because I keep talking to you guys and distracting myself. So adios. Damn, she still felt a little tingly from when he'd stroked her soul. Stroked her soul. Now that she knew exactly what he'd meant by how sensitive a person's soul was, She was hoping there'd never be a time that he'd decide to demonstrate what kind of intense physical pain he could now inflict on her. And then she goes back to what he said to her just 2 minutes ago. I can also make you come harder than you ever have in your life. Well, she wasn't going to think about that. Hattie is my favourite. She is funny. We are on page 94, chapter 7. Let's continue off camera and I will be back soon.